Hello there, and thank you so much for stopping by. Here we are again, episode number 3. This is week number 3 of me being laid off. I have started a photography business, and I am going to be bringing you all the nuggets, all the things that I've been doing. So last week and the week prior to that, I updated you on some information and things that I'm currently doing. However, this week I'm going to deep dive into one of the things that I think is going to help me the most in terms of starting this photography business. But the first thing is I've been reaching out to attorney offices. But what I'm doing is I am cold calling an attorney office and I'm saying, hey, this is Alfonso. I am a headshot and portrait photographer here in town. And I basically let them know that I would like to drop off a business card to them. So that's really all I'm asking. I'm not asking for their business. I'm not asking for anything else, but to just drop off my business card off at their location. Out of everybody I've called, and I've called dozens of attorney offices, there was only one receptionist that declined my offer. And to be honest, it was the first one that I called, and I think that was my fault. I don't think I explained it very well. But essentially what she thought I wanted at first was to take a stack of business cards and to put them in her foyer or their lobby area. And so she said that, we don't have any businesses that do that. So I re-explained what I was wanting to do, and again, just drop a business card off for my services. And then she declined. But I think really that was my fault. So up until this point, everyone has accepted, again, with the exception of that one attorney's office. So that's what I've been doing. So when I walk into the attorney office, I hand over, so I take a mental note, not just a mental note, but I actually write it down. So I'm on my computer as I'm cold calling them, and I write down their name, so the receptionist's name when I call them, and I write that down. I have it in a Google Docs file. And then when I go out later that afternoon, when I go to visit them and drop the card off, I pull out my phone and I say, okay, yes, this is X and company or X location. And then I wrote the receptionist's name. So when I walk in, I say, hi, my name is Alfonso. I spoke to whoever her name was or his name was. And I say, are you that individual? And again, 9 times out of 10, that's the person that's sitting there at the desk. I hand over my business card. There's just been great dialogue that happens. Now, here's the second piece, I think, which is key. So while I'm there dropping off the business card, I actually ask the receptionist if there is an individual there that I would need to talk to essentially get their business or make this continue to go forward. So at that point in time, I have the contact of the manager or whoever the attorney is that is overseeing that site. I then come home, I have a stack of business cards of the correct person that I need to get a hold of now, and now it's a simple email. And in that email, I reference the receptionist. I do all that. And so I'm basically covering, hey, letting them know who I am, that I've reached out to their office, I spoke to their receptionist, and then I'm just following up and then just asking them if they have any questions to please reach out. I say that honestly that this part of the photography business is probably the hardest for me because my personality is not a salesperson personality, and not that there's anything wrong with sales personality. That's just not me. I'm a little more reserved. I'm a little more quiet, and I'm coming out of it because if you're quiet and you're reserved, I'm telling you right now, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunity. And so I am trying to reframe that. And again, I'm just being 100% transparent here. Typically, it's not the best. We don't have the best vibe towards salespeople, right? I mean, at least I don't. I feel like they're pushy. I feel like they're trying to sell me whatever it is that they want to sell me opposed to what I'm actually looking for. However, at the end of the day, I don't care who you are. If you're a number one salesperson, you know that you're pushy and you have to be, right? And so again, there's that fine line that I'm walking. And so really looking at the photography aspect of this, I realize that that's an area that I need to grow. And so that's just something that I'm going to have to deal with. And so I hope to actually get there one day. But for now, this is what I'm doing. I know you're probably thinking, what is the results that I've received from this? And to be honest, I haven't got any results back. There hasn't been any emails that I've sent out that they've actually responded back, which I've kind of figured. There's a couple other things that I'm thinking about doing just to keep that communication line going. Just because I've reached out to them or I've sent them an email, one or two times, I'm not going to stop. There's got to be this continuum of trying to reach out to them. I read something a while back, and it was saying that good marketing material and actually getting a sale was that we need to show up at least 7 times in front of them before they actually purchase from us. I'm not sure how true that is, but I know that it's more than once. I know it's more than twice. The second piece, I became a member at the local Chamber of Commerce. I haven't told you about it, at least in the last video. I had made mention that I was going to a networking event. I really had fun. But I left there, my wife went with me. When we got into the car, I looked at her and I told her I am emotionally exhausted. And I know that sounds weird, especially if there's extroverts, because that's kind of your vibe, and that was the feel of the majority of people that were there. However, for me, it was almost like my brain, my senses, everything was like overloaded because there was just too much going on. There was a lot of people in there, they were packed in there. And there was just a lot of conversing going on, a lot of business cards being handed out. There were quite a few connections. I was going to say a lot, but there was quite a few connections that I made of individuals that people literally said, hey, I need a headshot. I need to get it done. And I felt like they were authentic. I have yet to work with them yet, but I will keep you guys updated. Essentially, what am I getting at with the Chamber of Commerce and networking events? I think it's vital. If you're a small business, whether you're a photography business or any other type of business, I think it's vital to get in touch with the community. I think it's vital to get connected with other small businesses. I'm actually going to another networking meeting tonight, and I'm looking forward to that. And I know I say that quite often, is they need my service, because I think a lot of that is stemmed from not wanting to feel like a salesperson. And again, I don't know that this is the right approach. I'll be honest. I don't know that this is the right approach, but this is the approach that I'm taking. And so with that being said, I will keep you updated on the networking event, how those go. So I've got one today. I also have one on Friday. And so I'm just getting plugged in with the community. And that's really what I'm trying to do right now, is get plugged in the community, show them what I do. And I've also realized you could be the best at what you do, but if people don't know about you, you're not going to get any work. And so again, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because you could be really good at whatever it is that you specialize in, but the important thing is getting it out really your 4 walls. It's getting out to not just your mom, your dad, your wife, or your husband, or whoever it is that your family and those that are close to you. But it's getting it out so that people that don't know you could look at it and they could find you and then they could purchase from you. And it's not just them purchasing from you, but it's that you and I could be a help to their business. And so again, I know this is a little bit longer of a video than I wanted it to be, but just kind of circling back and summarizing, I've been cold calling quite a bit. I hate it with a passion, but I've been cold calling quite a bit. I've been visiting those that I've cold called as long as they allow it or they're up for it. And the second thing I've been doing is just being connected with the community. I get it. This is the third week of me really doing this full time. I understand it's going to take some time to get some momentum, and I can't wait to actually share some results with you. And I'm 100% transparent. So as of right now, week 3, there has not been $1 that has been gained with Rojas Photography. And I'm looking forward to the day that I can actually tell you, there's sessions that's being booked, there's headshots that's being booked, there's portraits sessions that's being booked, and I know we're actually going to get there. It's just a matter of putting everything aligned and pushing the balls forward. Anyways, I hope you all had a great week. I thank you for, if you've watched this whole video, I thank you for watching it. I'm looking forward to continuing to put content on here, and I hope and I pray that this is valuable for you. If you're starting something, I know, so this is going to be those that get to the very end. If you're starting something or you're trying to really push, it doesn't feel like you're getting any momentum, if you're up for it, I know this is a little bit of a exposure for you, but I'd love to have some comments. I'd love for you just to comment and say, hey, I'm working on this or I'm working on that, and no, I haven't seen any fruits of my labor yet. Or you say, hey, I've been rocking it. I'd love to know your stories and see how your success is coming. As always, have a wonderful week. And again, be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday. Take care, everyone. Have an awesome week. Bye-bye.